Welcome everybody. This is Luke Humphrey with Hanson's Coaching Services. Just going to do a quick introduction to the Advanced Marathon Program. Just a real fast rundown of everything we're going to cover, and really want to just make sure that you know what this program is entailing so you can make the best decision on which program is best for you. So of course, welcome. Very excited that you have checked us out and are looking into the program. Maybe you've read the book and are looking for more information, or you want a little bit more help than what's in the book, but not sure if you want to go the coaching route. It's all good. This is exactly why we're here, and this is what this course is for. Who is it? We're going to cover who is it for, the objectives, challenges from the marathon, and introductory into specific physiology. Very important stuff here, and hopefully it'll help you guys out. So who we're looking at is for the advanced program. So if you've looked at the just finish or beginner programs, we're really kind of laying the foundation of information, and really for advanced, we're going to make sure you get that information as well, but then we really are going to add on to that a little bit. So we're really looking, this is really designed for somebody who's looking to get maximum performance out of the marathon. Maybe you are trying to break 3 hours, or you're trying to qualify for Boston, something to that effect, and something that's just a step above them what the average recreational runner is trying to do. And that's not a knock on those folks. It's just, you might just be looking to take that next step, and this is ideally going to help you to do that. So you need to be a current runner. Would like you to have, so I'd say either have run a marathon before or have run higher mileage. So if you've run a marathon before, technically that puts you in the advanced category from when I did clinics with Kevin and Keith. But a caveat to that would be, if you ran a marathon on very low mileage, then the advanced program might not be the best fit. If you've run on very, very low mileage, then you might actually be better with the beginner marathon program, and that will take you through the system a little bit slower, build you up a little bit more. Or if you're somebody who hasn't run a marathon, but you've run 50, 60, 70 miles a week for an extended period of time, in that case I would say, yeah, you're fine to take that step to bypass the beginner program and go right to the advanced program. You should have experience with structure, meaning interval workouts, strength workouts, tempo runs, long runs, those sorts of things. Tolerating 30 miles a week right now and ready to do workouts, simply because this program, you really only get a few days of just kind of adjustment, and then you jump into workouts. So it's really designed for a person who doesn't really ever take long breaks off from training, where you might, say you're using this for a fall marathon, and you're also going to race 5Ks and 10Ks in the spring or in the early summer. This will get you ready. This will kind of cover both of those bases. And so you really need to be at a fairly high level right away. It might be also for somebody taking a new perspective on training. We talked about this with the other groups too. I mean, simply, for you guys, it might be somebody transitioning from the beginner program to the advanced program, and really kind of maybe learning how to customize the system a little bit more to themselves and maximizing on an individual basis. And that's one thing you have to look at is, this program is built to help as many people as possible. And it works for, a ton of people every year, but how can you make it work on your own specific abilities and what you know? I mean, you know better than I do what works best for you. I'm going to lay out what works in general, and then give you the tools to help yourself out. And then also some coaches looking to learn more about the Hanson system. We get a lot of emails about coaches who have questions. They use the system in their groups and their running clubs and of that sort, and we definitely like to help those folks out. So course objectives, establish the marathon challenges, even for the advanced crew. I think this is important because sometimes it's misunderstood, and just laying that out and laying out the marathon physiology really helps us explain our philosophies better, and it helps you understand what you're really up against when you are running the marathon. So establish those challenges. And as I mentioned, a baseline marathon physiology. We'll probably go a little bit more into some things with you folks, topics like metabolic efficiency and some other obscure topics that may or may not interest you, but it's good stuff to know. Establish the Hanson Marathon Method philosophies, just in case I feel like a lot of you folks have read the book and you've read some of our blogs and whatnot, but it's really good to really establish those. I think once you have an understanding of those, it's kind of like, aha, this is why they're doing this, and that's exactly what we want. We want you to understand why we are doing things in a certain manner. Make sure you're ready to begin marathon training, but with you folks, it's probably not going to be a huge issue. You're probably already well capable of running a marathon. And shoe and apparel basics, we'll get into a little bit. I'll probably post, because we're doing this for the other groups too, I'll probably post it for you guys as well. But it might or might not be anything new for use. But we'll put it in there because it's all good information to have. And then we'll also talk about appropriate goals and some guidelines. And I think this is really important for you too. We talked about it for the beginner program, and it's very crucial for them because a lot of times this might be a one and done type of thing, and we want to make it a good experience. But for you folks, you might be really kind of walking that fine line of having a really good race or completely bonking because you're chasing after a very lofty goal, and that's great. But we have to be very careful with how we approach it, and we'll go over some of those things. Provide the schedule for you guys. We'll go over the running components, making adjustments. So, there's certain things we talk about with, moving days around and what kind of principles you should keep in mind if you do that. We'll go into flexibility. We'll go into a little bit more than the intro. We'll talk maybe more about improving performance through some flexibility things and some issues you folks might have simply because you're probably training a lot and have trained a lot over the years, and you might have some certain issues with inflexibility. And we'll go into strength and resistance training, nutrition, race plan is crucial, and how to we talked about with this, if you're chasing a very lofty goal and your room for error is very small, then you're going to have a really good plan to help you execute. Recovering from the marathon, I think with a lot of times with the advanced folks, a lot of times you're running 2, 3, 4, 5 marathons a year, and sometimes skip that recovery. And so we'll go into why it's important, how to maximize recovery, and what you can do to minimize, quote unquote downtime from racing the marathon to your next race. Deciding where to go next, performance-wise, what might be the best options for you. Maybe you just want to keep running marathons and that's it. But we'll cover all those things. And then lastly, I have things like, strides. Should we be doing strides? How do I prioritize my training? I understand like you're going to be running a ton of mileage, and then we're going to talk about doing things like flexibility and strength training and all this and all that, and where's the time to do this. So I'll kind of give you some ideas of what to think about when you're prioritizing what you need. And really it can sound daunting adding all these things in and kind of breaking it down to show you how you really can fit it in, even with a busy work schedule, busy running schedule, and all that good stuff. A lot of you have emailed me about adding volume or what's the best way, this and that. We're going to talk. I can talk about that for sure. Alternate trading, by that I mean like if you've read the book, we talk about something like a 9-day cycle. We've done some other things in the past, but really something to help you individualize a little bit and maximize your personal ability to use this schedule, I guess, for lack of a better word. So above all, maximize your marathon potential. Most of you are doing this program to see how far you can take things, and that's what we want to do. And we want to give you all the tools that you can have to do that, and really kind of taking you to that next step where you can make decisions and make sound decisions and really trust yourself that you're doing the right thing and really maximizing your own personal performance using our system. So we're excited to have you here, and hopefully this is the right program for you. And if not, best of luck for anything else you choose. But we'll think you'll enjoy this, and we look forward to hearing back from you.